part 2 is up. I hope you guys like this video. This is going to be finishing the bead, the final part, part 2. I hope you guys enjoy, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and use my teleportation chair to teleport to the next day. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Good morning, and hope you guys are all doing good. Oh, what's this? This is water that I heated up and dyed black. It's not coffee. I don't drink coffee. Anyway, I think I've done enough explaining on what we are going to be doing today. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Machine down the other side here just to where I can see the pattern on either side, so I could maybe pick and choose which one I want to go with. We're going with this side though, just because I like the way it looks a little more, but I don't really think it matters really which one I choose. Okay, so just to give you guys some insight here, cutting this is a lot like cutting Fordite, and I'm about to, oh boy, that's not screwed in. Here we go. So cutting this is a lot like cutting Fordite almost. I can definitely feel the glow layers in there reacting differently than the other material. It cuts nice. There's a little bit of tear out in there, so it's gonna take a little bit of sanding, I think, for sure. So we'll see. The next step is to make the hole bigger and then make the outside smaller. So then I'll just cut to that because you guys have seen that 50 times already. And here we are. Sorry about the shakiness. So I machined it all to close to spec, and then I sanded it the rest of the way, which actually worked really, really well. It's not polished, it's just sanded. I really haven't looked at it closely yet, but we are very thin right now. So put a tiny little parting line in right there. Now, instead of using my parting blade, I'm actually just going to use my hacksaw, just because I don't want to make it explode by trying to part it off with the lathe. So I'm just going to cut it off with the hacksaw, and then I'll show you guys up close kind of more what I did. So I'm just going to take some sandpaper here real quick and try and take down that edge there. I left obviously more than what I needed, just so I don't have to worry. So better safe than sorry. Really? I'm taking my seat? Fine. So I just ever so slightly widened, widened the inside out just to where the sleeve could fit on, without having to be super pushed, because I didn't want that to risk breaking or cracking this, because I don't really know how. Thank you for leaving. Now I can actually sit down. I don't really know how prone to cracking this stuff is, so I just went a tiny bit bigger, and we're gonna use glue, obviously, to secure it in. But yeah, we won't have any worries about this thing slipping off. The only worry would be if it cracks. That would suck. I guess we're gonna glue it in now. Okay, so you just saw me gluing it up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. So there and there. So I had plenty of room to sand off that side. That side is looking pretty good, but we'll have to sand off some of that. And then we'll have to refinish the outside as well. The next step is basically just cleaning up this entire part and then going from there. Time lapse. We're almost there. So first of all, this is going to be the coolest spinner bead I have ever made. So what's left for me to do is I have to polish this up. I have to polish this up. I have to finish off this piece because I have to add a little bit of chamfering to the edges here and here, and then I have to refinish this area because it got a little bit of super glue. And then I have to press it in, and that's pretty much it. We're almost there. So a few things. I did use super glue to glue the, it's called Star Mascus. So first of all, I think I said that in the beginning, but I wasn't sure. So it's called Star Mascus, but I super glued the Star Mascus to the titanium, and I used white super glue. I mean, not that that's necessary, but yeah, so the reason I use super glue and not like some kind of epoxy is because not only is this piece a press fit, also it will never come off because, I mean, you're not applying pressure in that direction, but super glue is just a faster form. It's plenty strong. And I used, for anyone wondering, I used Star Bond medium thick white. Hopefully maybe one day a sponsorship. But yeah. So I've gone ahead and cleaned this up as best I can for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and polish up all of the pieces here, and then after we kind of see how that looks, we can make a judgment on whether or not there needs to be more sanding done or not, because you really don't know, and sometimes you can't see any scratches until you polish it. So we're going to go ahead and do that to all three pieces, and you will see a polishing time lapse. So I've gone ahead and polished everything and cleaned it up. I had to actually go wash my hands because if I touched it, they would have gotten dirty again. Yeah, so really shiny. That's the inner portion, that's the outer portion. The outer portion still needs to be finished, but I finished that after. This one right here. At this point, if I dropped anything, I would be really mad. Right here. Looking really nice, but yeah, polished on the edges. And that area, I didn't think it would get polished, but I thought it would maybe clean up a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refinish this a different way, and then I'll show you what I came up with. I haven't really looked at it fully. Like normal, I turn the camera on before I even look at it. But I think it's looking a lot sharper than it did before. Yeah, let me look at it. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Yep, I'm liking that definitely more than what it was. Okay, so next step is putting it all together and snapping it together, and then figuring out how I want to finish the titanium. I'm not really sure about that yet at this point. I was thinking anodized because I feel like even though the silver kind of clashes with this so nicely, it makes it look so like clean. As you can see right there, yeah. I mean, it makes it look so clean, but I don't know. I might want to anodize it. So I have it on there. It's all polished up. I'm happy with how it's looking right now. So what we're gonna do is I went ahead and I found there's a spot that spins better than the other spot, like this side. So I found that orientation, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and place that very lightly over there. I'm gonna check and make sure we're pretty concentric. And then I'm going to go over to this small vise over here. Actually, I'll just bring it over here. So we're just going to place this right here. And the beauty of not finishing the edges comes into play now, because I don't have to worry about scratching the edges. Okay, so now that we're on there, the smallest bit, what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to take this over to the big vise where we can squish it all the way down. So the big vise does have like these grip things on here, so we're just going to use some wood here, which I really want to find a flat piece. That's plenty. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to just flip that around there. We're going to try to do this. So I usually just kind of like wedge my hand in there. So we're looking pretty good here. Let's just fiddle around with it before you really smash it. So now what we can do is we can take the vise and just go full ham on it. That's funny. Okay, here we are. So that's about, I'm gonna go ahead and check and make sure we're all the way in, because it doesn't really look like it, but we'll see. So yeah, we're looking fire. Okay, so I can already see right there, we're not really all the way squished. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this vise right here and try again. I think it brought us down a little bit more, but not quite there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get like a hammer and try and tap it. Okay, so we'll just have to live with that slight gap. It's a lot bigger on camera for some reason, but it spins awesome. That's just one of the little things that you'll get with these beads, because you have to like work very carefully to make sure they don't hit the edges, but also where there won't be a gap. So that's just one of the things you get. So yeah, next step is to clean it up again and clean up the edges, and then kind of finish it off. Here I am. This is the side that has the gap on it. You can see it a lot more than normally. You can normally. Once I round that over and polish it up, it'll look nice. There's a nice bevel there. Same on this side with a nice bevel. It still spins super smooth, even though there's probably titanium dust in there and water. Yeah, so this is looking really nice. It's the best spinner bead I've ever made on the spinning axis versus the width, which is awesome. So coming out great so far. Just kind of finished up, making the edges a little nicer, rounding the edges on the inside over. I like to round those over because if someone has some kind of core they like to put in there and it's a little less strong, that way it will absolutely never start to cut the paracord away or whatever they're going to use. And you can see the gap a lot less there. And I also like to kind of polish up the inside a little bit, just because I think it's a nice touch. So those are always polished on the inside. And now the next step is to make the finish all over completely even, and then I think I'm going to anodize it. I don't know what color yet, but I'm going to go with that plan of anodizing it. So we're going to follow those steps and see what happens. Okay, so far I feel like we're definitely on the right track here. It is looking so much better now. A lot more even looking too. Definitely a lot more even looking. Okay, next step is to clean this up perfectly clean and then dunk it in the acid. Okay, I'm just gonna make this fast because it's about to rain again and the volume gets all wacky when it starts to rain. So what you guys just saw was me kind of holding the bead where and the acid where it wouldn't kind of go all the way into the underneath portion where it kind of spins, just because it kind of I don't know if it'll ruin the the spinning, but it just I don't think it'll affect it very well. So I just held it up. Forced it to only be in one area and then flipped it into the same thing. So now it is super even finished, nice and crispy looking. It's like a nice gray look, grayish silver, with the white and the blackish gray Star Damascus. So this bead came out awesome. I mean, it's the coolest bead I've ever made. I don't know if I'm gonna anodize it yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this video here. And if I do end up anodizing it, you guys will see that in the next pictures of the bead up close / videos. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you do want to see a anodizing video, go ahead and tell me because I can make a whole anodizing video about anodizing. But yeah, for now I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you guys for watching. There are new videos every Monday, and next week's video is going to be pretty cool. Somebody sent me a resin block and I have yet to cut into it, but it looks like it's going to be awesome. And yeah, keep an eye out for any more content or videos with this material in there because it is so cool and I have more of it and I have to be able to use all of it at some point. So thank you guys for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.